And let's get ready for the host of the James Bond Show, Krazy Kajeevie! Hey guys, welcome to the James Bond Show. I am your host, Krazy Kajeevie, with no fears, limits, or substitutes. Okay guys, so I've got a big show for you today. Guys, last night I released a little bit of a rant video against Lashana Lynch because I think she's been put into this film as basically a politically correct muppet by the powers that be at Eon to push their agenda. Now, I had no holds barred last night, and today I'm going to absolutely once again have no holds barred. Now, love me or like me, hate me, whatever you want, that's fine, whatever. But the truth is the truth. Now, when I'm giving you theory, I'm giving you theory, and I'll say that. But when I'm giving you truth about clear patterns that you can see not only in society that are creeping into James Bond, that happen with Ghostbusters, that happen with Star Wars, that happen with Doctor Who, that happen with Star Trek, that happen with Terminator, they are now targeting James Bond to push a global agenda of feminism and man bad, and all this is about, the deep end goal of this is about family and shifting and changing what families are, what we recognize family and genders. And it's a massive thing. And so James Bond's just a little part of it. But if you have a look in Quantum of Solace, you will clearly see an all-seeing eye in the opera scene. You will see that Mr. White is clearly molded from George Soros, who is a global elite Illuminati occultist. I'm just sharing truth with you. Now, if you don't know something out there, that doesn't mean it's not the truth. It just means you don't know it yet to make up your mind either way. So instead of saying, no, that's wrong, actually go and do your research. So this is why people like Billie Eilish is put in place. Also, one show that I watched today said, hey, you know, I think it's good because it brings the younger audiences. Just a facepalm moment. I mean, people mean well. There's some people out there that mean well and they have no idea what they're really saying. Bringing in the Billie Eilish fan base, that's about, you can't bring in, look, you got a ship. You got a ship, right? You can get everyone on the ship. What's going to happen? People are going to end up jumping off, okay? Or they're going to die on the ship and they're going to stink it out, or the ship's going to sink. You bring on a whole bunch of people, you end up kicking others off. So when they're bringing in the Billie Eilish fans and this younger millennial, even worse than millennial generation coming through now, that, you know, they're all hippie armpits and Trump's bad, Trump's this, and they all basically little doll bludgers that haven't lived life. Half of them are like 17, 18 years old and they know it all, yet they haven't even lived and they don't have a job, and most of them are in their mummy's basement. So they bring a person like Billie Eilish in to bring this sort of fan base in, and then it's just brainwashing, 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 and that's what's happening. Anyway, so there are clear global elite agendas. Even in Spectre, you hear Tanner talking about the New World Order. C and through Spectre is basically Illuminati, global elites. They're trying to get the Nine Eyes program going, and then it's all about, in real life, it's about pushing for a one world currency. When they have a one world currency, they control all the money in the world. So what is happening in real life, these countries, like if you look into 911 and what it was all about going into the Middle East and putting the Federal Reserve banking system into those countries. When these Satan worshippers get the Federal Reserve banking system into every country in the world, what do they then do? They control the money. When you control the money, what do you control? You control the people. So at the end of POTUS Obama's reign, what was he doing? There are 4 countries, I believe it's 4 at the top of my head here, that don't have the Federal Reserve banking system in their governments, controlling their money. Guess who it is? Where was Obama at the end of his little reign on America? He was in Cuba, sucking up to Fidel Castro before his death. Who doesn't have the Federal Reserve banking system? Cuba. Who's the country that America is constantly picking on in the media and pushing stories that they're going to attack and they've got missiles and they're going to attack us all? North Korea. Guess who doesn't have the Federal Reserve banking system? North Korea. Who's the country with President Assad that is a very mild Muslim leader? He's not oppressing his people at all. And the whole gas thing was a complete lie that he was gassing his people. And that was a CIA splinter cell put-up job. As John Terry says in Felix Leiter, you mean this is a put-up job? Hell yes, that was a put-up job. There were actors in that. Do your research, like literal actors hired for that. Okay? So that's all part of then trying to oust Assad. Guess which country doesn't have the Federal Reserve banking system, where all the wars going on at the moment and the Americans are in there trying to oust them? Syria. Are you guys seeing a pattern here? Now, prior to Obama's end as POTUS, like I mentioned earlier, he was sucking up to Cuba. Guess which other country he was sucking up to? Which country was he trying to do a nuclear deal with? Nuclear power deal with? Which country? Iran. Guess which country doesn't have the Federal Reserve banking system? Iran. Are we seeing a pattern here? So that's why I can come onto this show and I can just speak about Bond and go through life blindly, or I can't warn all of you, even those that hate me, because even if you hate me, I actually still love you, and I want you all saved by the blood of Jesus Christ, because he really died on the cross for all of you. He really did. And Bible prophecy is coming true. Even in Brexit, Brexit is all Bible prophecy as well. Please jump online and research it, look into it, open up a Bible, study it, and have a look. I'm just warning you guys because I do love you and I do care about your souls for eternity. So back to James Bond here. The James Bond films, like Star Wars, etc., are socially trying to butter us up. Now, we are being buttered up, and I'm going to jump straight into my big prediction, okay? And it's based pretty much on what I said last night, but I'm going to nail it. Eon Productions are right now about to use The Last Jedi, The Rise of Skywalker models. And they are going to kill James Bond. This is my prediction. Come back and laugh at me if I'm wrong. That's fine. They're going to kill James Bond. Now, they've gone on and kept saying it's really emotional, it's really emotional. They're not going to kill Madeline, and there's a reason why they're not going to kill Madeline. Now, David Zashitsky, if you steal my theories again, though you won't be talking about the Illuminati and stuff, because that's not going to be good for your chuck-a-boot sales and your shill money that you're getting there, Zashitsky. But please stop stealing my theories like the whole M1 the other day, because, mate, you were stealing stuff I said word for word. But hey, please steal the stuff about the Illuminati and Jesus Christ as Savior. You are welcome to do that. So, what's going to happen? And this is my belief in what's going to happen. I am absolutely certain. And just remember, it was a James Bond show that told you first that Rami Malek was going to be Dr. No. Rami Malek's going to be Dr. No. It was the James Bond show that told you first that Lashana Lynch was going to take the 007 mantle. When people in my comment section laughed at me and people on other channels who were watching this channel laughed at me, and guess what? She's 007. So it's the James Bond show now telling you they're going to kill James Bond off, and what they're going to do is it's going to be like Rey with Luke Skywalker. They killed Luke, they're going to kill Bond, and Lashana Lynch is the new Rey. So they basically hit a whole bunch of bases in one foul swoop. So they've got a female 007. They've got a black, diverse actress in the role as 007. The big mistake a lot of people make here and other channels is they keep going back to money and budget. Oh, if they do this, they're going to lose money. Like I try to say to you, these people own money. They are money. Their pillows are money. They wipe their bum after they do a shit on money. These people have money beyond your imagination. Barbara Broccoli, Mickey G, Eon, losing $50 million on that crap little female spy film, The Rhythm Section. How'd that go? How'd that go? No one went to see it, did they? But that money, it's nothing. It's literally take a line from You Only Live Twice. It's a drop in the ocean for these people. It's nothing. It's like they're going to go without plain lunch for a day. They're that rich. So they're going to kill James Bond. Lashana Lynch is going to carry on the 007 mantle, and that way Ray Fiennes will stay with him as M. Ben Whishaw will stay as Q, and Naomi Harris will stay as Miss Moneypenny. And that is what they're going to do. And they're going to continue the series on that way. Now, Get ready for this. Now, I know if anyone runs with this or talks about it, they pinch it for me. Now, I'm happy for any channel to run with this idea, but acknowledge where you got it in future instead of stealing it and making it out like it's your own. Okay, here's my prediction. So Bond will die. Now, this is about to shock you all. Okay, and I've just come up with it with theory, thought, thinking how these producers work, what do they want to do with the future, how do they want to leave doors open to try and get out of certain things. Okay. We've never seen James Bond Jr. put to screen, have we? At the end of the film, I believe James Bond will die and we are going to tie up the whole series, and especially there's one film they need to tie in, and that film is Skyfall. And I believe we will see James Bond's grave, and don't forget they went and shot in Scotland as well, and we're going to see James Bond grave next to Andrew Bond and Monique Delacroix back at Skyfall. It ties Skyfall in, okay? And Madeline's going to be there. And we are then going to reveal, are you ready for this? I reckon they're going to reveal, now, if I'm totally wrong, I'm wrong. This is just a theory. I don't have hard evidence on this, but this is how I think they're going to go. So this is just my theory. And I believe they're going to reveal right then and there that Madeline is pregnant to James Bond's baby. That is my prediction, and that Bond will be buried at Skyfall. Really emotional, and now he will never get to see his child, and we're going through the pattern. And then his child will be an orphan, just like James Bond was. And that's where I think it's going to go. And I think the last shot we'll see probably Lashana Lynch overlooking Skyfall. Madeline's down at the gravesite, and Lashana Lynch with half a little tear now trying to show some sort of humanity, because she actually did respect Bond. She drives off, and now we're all with her. We're all pumped, and she's going to be 007, and Bond will probably leave it in a will or something like that. Maybe he gets it back during the film, and then he leaves it back to her, just like M did with the Bulldog with James Bond. And then she drives off, and it's like, oh, we'll forgive you, Eon. You've replaced James Bond with Black Larry Lunchbox Lynch-looking transgender lady to keep everyone happy, and you're trying to sucker us into that as well. And I believe that is going to happen. That's my theory. It's crazy. It's a bit wild. I get it. The fact that they're going to kill Bond off is barely a theory. I think it's just so logical of what they're going to do. So the title, James Bond 25th film, changes everything. I think that is everything. That's what it's going to change. Daniel Craig's Bond will be gone. We will then have the option, the producers have the option later to do James Bond Jr. because of the baby inside Madeline. And let's hope it's a boy. I won't really care. I'll be done with Bond anyway. By the time I put my empty Coke and popcorn thing in the bin and get out, at the foyer of the cinema, I'll be done with James Bond anyway. So if they do this. But that's what I believe they're going to do. Then they also have the option to come full circle and start James Bond completely afresh. Now, if they do that and they carry on her with 007A, I'm never going to go and support that anyway. I'm never going to go and watch her as 007. She's not 007. Ian Fleming did not write that. He didn't create that. He wouldn't want that. So I don't think we should support that. If they remake, or maybe if it's Greg Wilson, the son of Michael G. Wilson, if he then runs with a complete new series of James Bond and they go back to the novels and they're fantastic and they stick to Fleming, then hey, as a Bond fanatic, then yes, maybe I might go back to that. Also, I want to address someone's sudden theory coming out now 9 months later or 10 months later after it was actually filmed in Norway, that possibly that's Madeline under the snow. The stunt woman, which I actually said 8 months ago on here, still was about 7-8 months ago, the stunt woman was actually listed as Madeline Swan, stunt woman. So she was actually it was young Madeline, stunt woman. So she was clearly playing young Madeline. Could Rami Malek's character be saving her and breaking her out of the ice? Well, it kind of looks possibly from that shot, though there's bullets. She's there and the bullets are going everywhere. So I kind of find that a little hard to believe, though it does make sense in a way. And I will fully admit, I'm going to give credit where credit's due. Where David Zashitsky doesn't do this, I'm going to give credit to, I don't know where Joe Darlington got it from the Bond Experience. I watched his video on the Super Bowl thing. And yeah, I think Joe's got a lot of runs on the board there with that idea. I think possibly that Saffron could save her. And you know what? Joe walked straight into a trap here though. And he said that the mask could be basically like a reminder, hey, we're coming for you now. You sold your soul to the devil. Well, that's exactly what has happened with Billie Eilish to get her career, I guarantee you. And that's why she went through horrific depression, because the girl is under a thing called MK Ultra mind control. Put in to YouTube, guys, MK Ultra mind control Hollywood celebrities or celebrities. Hit enter and you will see, I think it's the black guy, his name's Al Roker, is it? You know, he does the weather and now he does more than the weather over in one of those morning shows in America. The woman standing next to him mentions the word Holy Spirit, and it's like a trigger word, and straight away he freezes up like that. Within the video, you'll see different celebrities. You'll see Shaquille O'Neal also go completely like that on camera, and Eminem's another one. So that is MK Ultra mind control. So there's no doubt in my mind that that's exactly what Billie Eilish was going through and under. And these people literally sell their souls to Satan. Again, that's why you see, even right now, guys, after I tell you this, pause the video, just so you're not hating on me for no reason, because I'm sharing the truth with you. Pause on the video in a moment after I mention this, and then come back. Put in Leia Seydoux Illuminati image. Hit enter, and then when you come through to the enter section, hit on images, okay? When you got videos, news, hit images. And within the first few, you will find a black and white photo of Leia Seydoux doing this. Actually, sorry, I'm wrong. It's that. She's doing the full 666, all-seeing eye. Now tell me, why is she doing that? Do they all do that? Do they all have the same photographer that says, hey, why don't you all do the, do that for me? What? What? Did she know she was going to be in a James Bond film and that's the Bond logo? Yeah, and her little pupils coming through with a gun going, So guys, you're getting what I'm saying. Doesn't matter what you've been taught, whether you've been taught you're an atheist or whatever, look into this, because atheism is a crock. Evolution is a complete lie. You got 30 million working parts in your eyeballs, okay? That is not an accident. You got DNA that can stretch from here to the moon. That's not an accident. If you believe in evolution, okay, take a bomb into a plane graveyard where all plane pieces are there. Explode the bomb. Are you telling me that plane is going to form to the most incredible instrument of precision that flies through the air? Are you telling me that? So you're telling me an explosion happened, and where did the explosion come from? Where did the parts for the explosion come from? And it exploded. So nothing, basically, or something the size of a thumbnail had so much power, and that exploded into all that we see. And over billions and billions of years, okay? Now, if we're billions and billions of years old, where is the fossil record? Why does it all stop around 7,000 and 8,000 years, just as the Bible states everything started up? So tell me why there's no fossil record beyond that. Please. But we've got apparently dinosaurs that are 60 million years old, okay? Where are the humans? The dinosaurs are not 63 million years old. And if anyone wants to take me on this, I will give you incredible pieces in the comment from the book of Job explaining the dinosaurs. And there's one section in Job that is just absolutely unbelievable that talks about the Brachiosaurus. It specifically calls it the behemoth, but we know it as a Brachiosaurus because obviously man named dinosaurs later after they found the bones, and those names weren't around back in biblical times. But in the book of Job, the Brachiosaurus is known as the behemoth. And when you look at the description the Bible gives of it, and now paleontologists have discovered that, and it is mind-blowing. And you look at that and you go, wow. And then you put it back to the Bible and you go, wow, okay, this is so legit. So the Holy Bible is incredible. But guys, that is pretty much my video for today. I'd love to know what you guys think of it. Please leave your comments below. What do you think? Do you think they're going to kill Bondi? And do you think the possibility now of potentially a James Bond Jr. there in future, so that could be a film arc they run with, and then it allows him just to go and refresh the whole series with a new complete Bond or a junior Bond, or then her as 007, and then Eon and Babs with Mickey, the son, and others coming up through. They can have their own little MCU type thing. Also, I'm going to hit you with another prediction where I really should be signing off, but the kind of prediction I have is that they're going to go this way in a way because I believe this will be the last film that Michael G. Wilson ever produces, and I take that to the bank. He's not producing another film. The guy is, I can't go into too much detail, the guy's sick, that's all. He's sick. You can have a look at his stomach. Just looking at that and being into health and fitness, I would say the guy's got really severe stuff going on with intestinal tract and intestinal issues, and he's sick. He's game over. And I think Barbara Broccoli at her age and being a woman, not being as strong and fit and everything and mentally up here and physically here, as a man, I'm sorry, it's just biology. I think she's going to give up the ghost. Now, if I'm wrong, please, all of you, show me a female producer that's over the age of 60 or 70. Please show me one, because I can't think of any. So don't think things are sexism or racist when they're fact. Okay, facts are facts. Whether it hurts your little feelings or not, it's facts, and it doesn't mean it's racism. I'm just here on the James Bond Show. As I always said, I give you guys the truth. And you're not obviously going to get this from any other James Bond channel. And if you guys can learn from it a bit and look into things, then excellent, then my job's done. And if one soul gets saved by the blood of Jesus Christ, and you know the truth that Christ is Savior and he is coming back, and that all this stuff is just material, and at the end of the day it means nothing, doesn't mean, you should give up your soul for it. If one person comes to the truth of knowing about Jesus Christ and his sacrifice on the cross, and that God actually loves you and loves you all, then wow, then that's the biggest honour for me. And that means more to me than what you think about me, my reputation, or that I'm some God bother or whatever. That doesn't bother me. What bothers me is that you guys learnt the truth about what's happening in the real world. God bless, guys. Keep on bonding, and say hi to your mum for me.
Oh, God bless from China too. God bless. In China, we have coronavirus. Coronavirus.
Oh, I'm giving away free coronas with lime.
Oh, someone said corona? Oh.